I'm just gonna be honest. I've been feeling not in love with what I'm doing and why I'm here. In all honesty, I have not been in love with this experience as much as I wish I was.
Irreplaceable. Tattoos from your neck that drop down to your ankle. Drop top in the rain, shawty, you on the figure.
Good morning, gang. Happy freaking welcome to my channel because you don't know what day it is. Today is Tuesday and I just woke up. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but a bitch just woke up. I'm feeling very a whole nother month till I graduate, so let's just get this shit over with type shit. It's been a minute since my last vlog, so I guess I'll catch you guys up to speed. I am very much in my life is lifing era. And also, like, I'm accepting everything that life is and going with the flow. I feel like school has taught me so much. It has taught me to be so open to whatever, open to receiving, discipline, consistency, showing up for myself despite all circumstances and like all obstacles. School has definitely been one of those experiences in life where I'm showing myself that I can actually do hard things. A lot of times I be wanting to just not really, I don't know, like I'm so passionate about what I do that I realize that when you're really passionate about something, you're gonna show up for it every single day, or at least as often as you can. We don't condone burnout over here, but I show up as often as I possibly can, so that's what school has been teaching me. I've just been like proving to myself, like, if I'm really committed to what I do and I have like long-term goals. You know, someone asked me the other day, like, what are my long-term goals? One of them is actually opening a spa. So I feel like when you like just live from the end and you just live as if you were already that person, y'all know how I, am very obsessed with manifestation. I feel like everything is manifestation. Like, you can manifest anything. Lately, I've been like finding so much presence in my body by manifesting with my menstrual cycle. And if you're not familiar with this technique, it is called cycle syncing. I'm really thinking about documenting my experience through cycle syncing because it has really changed my life. It's made me so much more like in tune with myself as a woman. We kind of live on this hustle and bustle lifestyle, and like it just doesn't really serve us as women to try to use all 24 hours in our day to like complete certain things that only is, like it only makes sense to a man to try to do certain things in a day that make them feel successful and accomplished. Our hormones fluctuate so much throughout the month that in the ways that our hormones fluctuate throughout the month, a man's hormones fluctuate like that in one day. Women don't operate like that, so I don't feel like it's right for us to be trying to live on a 24-hour schedule like they do. I say that to say, like, the soft life that a lot of women want to tap into, that is what cycle syncing will get you. I promise you, because when I have been, or as I have been practicing cycle syncing, it has made me live so much slower, so much more intentionally, so much more just mindfully. I owe that to cycle syncing. There are four phases in our cycle. There's the follicular phase, like the first week of your period. There's the ovulation phase, which is the second week of your period. And then there's the third phase, which is your luteal phase. And your fourth phase, the last phase, is when you actually have your period. That's your menstrual phase. So all of those different phases are your hormones, and your estrogen is rising. You have like so much bubbling energy to be curious and to kind of like plan out how you want your month to go. And then in the second week of your ovulation phase, you're basically like networking, exploring, doing the crazy, fun, sexy, cool things, and just like going out of your comfort zone to kind of just explore whatever intentions you set during your follicular phase. And then in your luteal phase, you kind of just sit back, you allow feedback to come from the external realm, and just kind of like see what type of good energy is coming back to you after the energy you put out during your ovulation phase. And if it's in alignment with your initial goal, then good job, because during that time frame between your luteal and your menstrual, more than likely you'll receive your manifestations. So I really feel like for me, as a woman, manifesting with cycle syncing has been so much more fluid. It's been a lot less like, oh, let me try to hurry up and manifest this. And it's not to say that you can't manifest things overnight or within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however, whatever the time frame is. But I say for like more intimate, intentional, long-term goals, cycle syncing has been helping me to get my entire month in order. That's just like my current obsession. I'm on my way to school. Today is a what we call like a theory day. So we're gonna be in class with it. And today we're doing makeup on each other. I will show you how that goes. But other than that, besties, school for me has just been like, I'm just proud of myself. All I can say is I'm proud of myself. I did not know I would even be here this time last year. I had no clue that I would be a month away from graduating esthetician school. So you really just have to give so much thanks to yourself when you do hard things. Give so much like congratulations to yourself when you do things that you didn't even know you had the capacity to do. Because this time last year, I had just moved into this house. And now I'm about to move out. I'm about to graduate. I'm about to like be on a whole nother phase of my life. So I'm just like really excited about that. And I can't wait. Like, I'm so excited to graduate. I have so many big goals and plans. And y'all are really watching me like grow into an entirely different person. So it's just a beautiful thing to document for me too, because when I come back and watch this, like when I'm $1 million esthetician doing celebrity facials, y'all gonna be like, oh my god, I remember when you was y'all wasn't with me shooting in the gym, but some of y'all was. Y'all know I'm a morning talker. But let me say my affirmations. I'm gonna put y'all onto this really cool playlist that I made that has really good affirmation music and like manifestation music. Because our mindsets this year is so important. Like, having a good mindset is so important, especially when you're like on track to meeting your goals, or you just want to wake up every day with a good mindset. I promise you, going to bed with listening to subliminals, going to bed on time, getting a good amount of sleep, doing things like EFT tapping and mirror affirmations. Like, girls, we got to get it together this year, okay? This is our year to thrive. This is our year to be our best selves. You're not where you're at just for God to leave you where you're at. You're at where you're at because you got places to be. So make sure your mind is in alignment with exactly where you want to be at. And like, just go ahead, whatever goals you have set for yourself, go ahead and start showing up as her every day. It's not even like, oh, channeling my highest self. Like, please. You're your highest self right now. I promise you are already your highest self right now. Because like I said, you are a version of yourself that the old you, this version of you last year wanted to be at now. So instead of being like, oh, I'm trying to talk to my higher self, like, yes, you're always going to have a higher self. You're going to have a version of you that exists in a place where you want to be. But just know that you are also the version of you who are old you wanted to be. So you can still take wisdom. You can still take guidance from who you are right now, because you went through what you went through in the past, so that you can have the tools mentally to be able to support and guide yourself through wherever you want to go next. Okay? Ashe? Okay?
I was stuck in my mind. I couldn't get out. I needed you. It felt like a prison. Forever was doing my time.
So I just got to class and I just had the most interesting interaction. There was a woman who, you know, I just feel like people gravitate to me and tell me things that I literally, like, I don't know, people just be talking to me. Said good morning, we exchanged, you know, good mornings, and she was basically like, well, today could be better. You know, I asked her how she was doing. She was like, I could be better, but she was having like a terrible migraine, and she was just telling me how like her migraines were so constant and they were so bad that she had like a broken blood vessel in her eye, that her migraines got so bad. And she was just saying she was thankful because prayer works, and she had prayed the migraine away apparently. And when she said that, that sounded like me, because a couple weeks ago, good morning, I had really bad migraines. Like I had a migraine for 2 weeks straight, and I never had a migraine that bad before. And I really thought that it was a spiritual attack, but I never like said anything to anybody, because when it's a spiritual attack, like you're just supposed to cleanse yourself as often as you can and pray and really like just take your energy back type of thing. But she confirmed it for me, because when she was like, I know it was a spiritual attack. She got diagnosed with migraines when she was 19, but she's 40 now. And she was saying like ever since she started esthetician school, her migraines been crazy. And she was just saying like, she knows that she's anointed. She knows that this is a space that she's supposed to be in, because she has a calling on her, and that, you know, quote unquote, the devil don't want her to win, or whoever is like wishing on her downfall, sending her evil eye, don't want her to win. And so those migraines are sent as a spiritual attack, so she can want to quit, so she can want to give up. And I feel like that's so crazy, because that's the same thing that I was experiencing when I had those migraines. Like I was ready to just give up, throw in the towel. So I feel like documenting this process is so, like, I don't know, it means a lot to me, because now I'm just thinking about how when I did want to give up, I didn't. And like, I'm thankful that she said that to me, like she felt comfortable enough to tell me that stuff, because I don't even know her. But now I feel like that was confirmation, because she said as a person who has a calling on their life, they be experiencing a lot of stuff. We experience a lot of things, and when you're in a space where you know you're anointed, you know you're called, but it feels like there's so many obstacles in the way, that's just a sign like you need to keep going, because you're at where you're supposed to be at, but them obstacles be fucking crazy. My God, like prayer, fasting, anointing, cleansing your home, cleansing your auric field. I want to talk more about that, so I just had to give this, like, I had to share that. That was on my spirit to share, because I just, wow.
Push the beat. Yeah, push the beat. Turn me up. Turn me up, beat. Corners in the panic, get my piece. Push the beat. Cop no drama for my.
Okay, we're gonna do a little makeup demo on a handsome muse of mine. Say hello, Ernest. I'd like to see a swatch of these shades that we're going to be using. I think they match pretty good. What do y'all think?
Ladies, keep it down. I got a client.
In the middle of the floor at the kiosk.
For my beat, we don't want no peace. Gotta start a coast back.
The gender reveal.
The gender reveal.
Great evening, my lovely bugs. As you can see, I'm fresh faced on this beautiful Thursday outside of our school. Well, you can't see it right now, but we are outside during our lunch break as student estheticians, and we're passing out flyers. So we're just gonna be putting them on all of the cars out here. This is my other classmate down here putting flyers on people's cars. We just want to get the word out that we're having a really cool special this month, and we feel like the marketing has been kind of low and our clientele could be higher. So there's a really big plaza that we're in our school. It's in the same plaza as like a grocery store and so many other restaurants. It's a Starbucks over here, y'all. It's an Italian restaurant. It's always packed over here. So we just took the initiative to print some flyers out, and we're going to put them on people's cars, and we want to see the turnout be really good for the rest of February so that we can really like extend our expertise as student estheticians. So I feel like if you're also a student esthetician, marketing is so important to your field. You have to know how to talk to people, and you have to know that sending out a little post on social media is not always going to be the best way to get your clients. So sometimes you have to think outside the box and do shit that you wouldn't normally do. But however you can get your clients in, Buki, do that. Okay, y'all. I'll let y'all know what the turnout is next week. Microderm is a treatment that lightly exfoliates the surface layer of dead skin cells on the epidermis to reveal a more smooth, radiant, and renewed layer of skin. I began with the first cleanse using Dermalogica's salicylic acid gel cleanser to gently strip the skin of any debris and excess oils on my client's skin. I went in for a second cleanse with the same cleanser to help the ingredients of this product penetrate her pores and begin to activate the salicylic acid, which also dries out the skin and prepares it for the microderm. Next, I did extractions on her nose area to decrease the buildup of sebum and blackheads. Sometimes this part is uncomfortable, but I try my best to only extract as much as I can without bruising the skin. I then move on to degrease the skin using an alcohol solution, which will also allow the microderm vacuum to gently glide against her face. Since this was her first microderm treatment, she can expect to see drastic results after 3 treatments, with the most significant improvements after 6 treatments. I concluded this service with Dermalogica's Nourishing Age Mask, their brightening serum, the skin smoothing cream, and the Invisible Shield SPF. And of course, she loved it and rebooked for next week. So, hey girl, I just had the most divine encounter, and this is post client service. So I'm just gonna be honest, I've been feeling like not in love with what I'm doing and why I'm here. I know I just was talking about you need to remember your why and you need to have motivation, determination, and all that stuff. But in all honesty, I have not been in love with this experience as much as I wish I was. And I get up every single day. I come here every single day, almost like on some humbug. Like, I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, but I don't feel it in my bones. I don't feel like I'm getting up and I'm doing something I'm passionate about every day. I feel like I'm getting up and I'm waiting for the day I become an esthetician, but I don't feel like I'm embodying the esthetician, like, billionaire of the century right now. I don't feel like I'm embodying that celebrity esthetician energy, that holistic skin therapist energy. And I just feel like my passion is what has been missing in my life. And it's Valentine's Day, and for the first time, I'm literally like, oh my goodness, like, I'm not in love. And I literally prayed before my client got here, and I was like, God, like, I'm here for a reason. I was just saying how the woman I was talking to yesterday with her migraines was like, you're anointed. And when you're placed in spaces where you know you want to be there, but it feels like there are so many obstacles and doubts that cloud your mind and makes you feel like you want to give up, that's when you need to be praying the most. That's when you need to be anointing yourself the most. That's when you need to be, you know, talking over yourself with positive affirmations the most. And I truly feel that, because y'all, like, I feel like I be being so pessimistic, and like, I've been
getting annoyed with myself lately. Like, damn, like, do you even want to be here? And I do, and I do. So I went out on the salon floor where the girls are cosmetologists and they do their services on their clients for like hair. So I went out on the floor and I did a hand and arm massage for a client. Her name was Miss Shawn. And I mean, I just wanted to put myself in a space of just being in love again with why I'm here and what I do. And I've been praying for discernment. I've been praying for like God to just like, not even just God, like for me to remember the gift of my craft. And so I went out there on the spa floor, you guys, and I did a hand and arm massage on Miss Shawn. And as I was like doing her hand massage, she was like, do you do facials? And I was like, yes, absolutely. When's the last time you got a facial? And she was like, oh, look at my skin. Like, yes, I need a facial. I haven't had a facial in years. And I was like, well, what are you currently using on your skin? And she was like, Love. I'm like, what brand is that? And she was like, no, literally, I just look in the mirror at myself every day and I give myself love and I say, I love you and bye. And I thought that was so funny. she was definitely a character. But I was like, okay, so you would be a really good candidate for a microdermabrasion treatment or a chemical peel. And she was like, can I come tomorrow? I was like, you can come today if you have time, like just treat yourself. And she was like, okay, well, after I get my hair done, I want to come see you. And I was like, oh, okay, period. So she booked with me for microdermabrasion treatment, guys. And the way the whole interaction went was just so lovely because, like, I don't want to cry, but I feel like I'm about to cry. Because, like, okay, so she was just a genuinely sweet woman. One of my teachers told me, like, she wasn't going to buy any products because she was cheap. And I was like, nah, she's not cheap. She just needs to be told exactly what she needs and then she'll buy it. She doesn't want to just be suggested some random product. Like, nobody likes to be sold to. So, they were kind of just like giving me a little bit of pushback on like selling her certain products that she really needed, but I was like, she's gonna get it. So throughout the entire service, I just fell back in love with being an esthetician. Like, I always go into flow state when I do facials, and I feel like doing facials reminds me who the fuck I am, because people always tell me, like, Aurora, your facials are so good. They always relax me. I always fall right to sleep. Your aura is amazing. Your energy is amazing. Girl, not to toot my own horn, but toot fucking toot. Like, I know. My hands are the gift. My hands, my energy, my aura. That's why I do what I do. I'm not here just because I want my license. I'm here because this is my passion. I do this because I love it. And when I was massaging her, oh my God, when I was massaging her shoulders and I was applying her face mask and I was getting the blackheads out her nose and I was cleansing her face, and every second, every step, I remembered why I do what I do. I mean, when I say my spirit and my heart feel at peace, I can literally sometimes also hear my clients' thoughts, like when I'm in flow state with them doing their facial. And it just reminds me, like, what I'm doing is actually a part of my purpose. What I'm doing is actually a part of, like, the spiritual gifts that I've received. And, when she got off the table, she was like, I feel fabulous. I feel amazing. I'm so glad that you talked me into getting a facial today, and I will be back this time next week. I was so happy to hear that because, like, sometimes I do get discouraged with having clients who come here, especially, like, clients who come to a school to get a facial. They ask for so much, and they give you the hardest time. But Miss Shawn, she reminded me on this beautiful love day why I'm in love with what I do. And she just put me in such a good heart space again because, like, she tipped me really well. I didn't even count how much money she gave me. She just gave me like a stack of ones. Like, damn, Miss Shawn, what you do? But it wasn't even about the money. Like, I'm just I'm just so happy that I was able to connect with such a beautiful soul. Hi. And, you know, I sold her on a higher priced kit than she was expecting, because she was kind of like, oh, I'm just going to buy the $30 kit. I'm just going to buy, you know, the cheapest one. I was like, okay, that's the cheapest one, but the one you actually need is $58, and it has this in it. It has a chemical peel in it that you can use overnight. You want those dark spots to fade. Make sure you're using that SPF that comes in the kit. It's amazing for mature skin. And I educated her. I wasn't just trying to sell her on the higher price thing. I actually educated her on what her skin was looking for, so she could receive the results that she was looking for. By the next time I see her, I know her skin is going to be looking bright and amazing. And since she already doesn't have a home care routine, remember, she was like, all she does is give herself love. She doesn't even wash her face super often. You know, I could just tell all she's looking for is somebody to help her through her self-care routine. I feel like that's why I do what I do. There are so many women who skip self-care. There are so many women who do not even like value self-care. And that's pretty much like, I feel like the self-love therapist, the self-care therapist, like, but it's so deeply spiritual, because I feel like the reason why people neglect themselves in not engaging in self-care is deeply like, it's a self-confidence thing, it's a self-esteem thing. And man, oh my God, I'm just really grateful that I was able to feel that energy today and like feel my spirit with that energy today. I've been like a little hard on myself because I was just thinking like, you're not disciplined enough, you're not going hard enough, you're not doing this and doing that. But like, she helped me remember that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, as long as I'm like in alignment with my why. And today I sat back in my why, and oh my God, it feels amazing. So I just had to share that, because all this week I feel like God been talking to me through other people, and I'm just really grateful. So that's today. Happy Wednesday.
I can break you off, lay your abuse, do it all. Still speak on me when I don't go. I can break you off, lay your abuse, do it all. No, do nothing at all. No, do nothing at all. I can break you off, lay your abuse, do it all. Still speak on me when I don't go. I can break you off, lay your abuse, do it all. No, do nothing at all. No, do nothing at all. Lately I ain't got no time. You can't change my mind. What you need ain't what you like. Lately I ain't got no time. You can't change my mind. What you need ain't what you like. I could be paranoid.
Okay, so I am back after getting a really good massage. Y'all saw my skin earlier, but this is my skin now. Okay, I got a lymphatic drainage massage, and I feel so nice and glowy. And I'm on the way home, and I was just feeling like really good. I'm just gonna go to the grocery store really quick so I can grab something to snack on. But I really need to get a big jug of water, because the lymphatic drainage massage that I got apparently is going to drain all of my it's going to detox it's going to detox my system out, my lymph nodes and my immune system. So I need to get a jug of water and, you know, do this little detox. So I feel like my mind, body, and spirit are getting detox, girl. And my teacher talking about she gonna bring some cupcakes tomorrow, and I'm like, you would bring cupcakes when I'm supposed to not be eating sweets and stuff? Like, the universe really be testing, but it's not a test when you already standing on business. You feel me? But I just wanted to give a quick little message, like, because I really need to hear this message too. But when you feel like nothing is going your way, that means everything is going your way. Okay? And what I mean by that is, like, when you feel like you just can't catch a break, or you don't know where your next blessing is going to come from, or you're just very stuck in between a rock and a hard place, I promise, it's so crazy how so many things are connecting that you won't see it coming. And even when it feels like you're having a tower moment, even when it feels like just the world is crashing at your feet, girl, I promise you, your thoughts change everything. And this is not like, a fake motivational speech. I just know that thoughts change everything. Thoughts have so much power, and your thoughts alone can literally redirect your senses. I'm reading this book right now called The Body Has a Mind of Its Own, and it's basically talking about how like your senses are connected to the world around you. And if you can have a thought that connects you to a location in space in the world around you, then you can easily shift your narrative and shift your reality. That's how manifestation happens. So if you get what I'm saying, then you get what I'm saying. And if you don't, then I would encourage you to look up something called neuroplasticity, because that talks a lot about it. So when you reframe your mind, you reframe your thoughts, you really change like everything around you. But that's kind of where I'm at right now with being focused on like the good things, and just placing my energy on what I want to receive and not on the lackluster aspects of anything. So that's my spiel for the day. I'm probably going to end the vlog right here, or if I record what we're doing tomorrow in class, then I'll add that. But I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a beautiful week. And yeah, I'm about to check out my water. But I also noticed that I don't really do vlog style type of vlogs. Like, I'm not gonna put my phone right here and check out my water. Maybe I could though. Let's see how that works.
Welcome. Touch the icon. Enter your cucumbers.